Welcome to episode 3 of Death Vision, and this movie really needs no real introduction at all. 1986's Neon Maniacs.
You're telling me that these things are inside the Golden Gate Bridge, 1. 2, that they only come out at night. That they're responsible for the death of 15 or more kids and 3 of my police officers.
Let me ruin your evening, the stranger said to me. Your new lover is my old
They're young.
lover. She said
Come on, Sue, it's 20.
They think they're going to live
"'Cause I believe
forever.
what she told me."
What are you doing? Get out. He doesn't want to play with us. He wants to fool around.
But they're in for a terrible surprise. Now, there are 12 new reasons
Over here!
to be afraid of the dark.
They're after me.
And every one of them is a killer. Introducing, in diabolical order, Axe, Hangman, Doc, Biker, Slash, Juice, Samurai, Mohawk, Archer, Soldier. These are the Neon Maniacs. They live so others may die. Neon Maniacs.
I do apologize once again for one of these lengthy trailers. Maybe I'll put something in the timeline so you can just skip the whole thing. Makes the video a lot easier to digest. Who knows? I don't care. Anyways, this trailer explains everything perfectly because the whole movie is about nothing. Nothing at all. I don't... How do I say this? The movie is garbage, but it's fun garbage. The monsters themselves, the Neon Maniacs themselves, are basically the biggest selling point in the whole thing. The movie has no real beginning. They have no origin. There's no real middle part of this movie. There's not even a real ending. Everything about this trailer is cliche. Down to the cop who doesn't believe the kids, to the shitty band that's in there that's playing for no apparent reason, and they suck, by the way. And then you get the horny teens in the middle of the park throwing a football, and there's always one virgin going around. But the biggest selling point of this whole trailer are the Neon Maniacs themselves, who look like Power Ranger villain rejects. But the biggest thing that bothered me is these uninspired names that they gave them. You have one guy named Axe that has an axe. No shit. Hangman, he hangs people with a noose. Got a guy named Slasher or Slash. It's got a knife. He slashes people. Oh God. You know, it's just another guy. He's dressed like a samurai. And guess what his name is? I'm just gonna let you guys figure that out for yourselves. And then there's a biker. Not that biker. This biker. But why? But going back to this picture right here, makes you think. Neon Maniacs are basically the horror version of the Village People. That's all they are. I'm waiting for a construction worker, probably named Hard Hat or something stupid. Or maybe a police officer named Cop. The world may never know why these things are just extremely uninspired. But just like the trailer, it doesn't explain anything. In the movie, the Neon Maniacs come out of the back of a bread truck. There's these tarot cards that they come out of. And then there's no real middle. Nobody cares about anything throughout the whole movie. The Neon Maniacs themselves, the biggest threat to them is water. Kind of like that shitty movie Signs. I don't care what anybody says. That movie just sucked. How are aliens going to come from another planet to this planet that's inhabited by nothing but water, but be afraid of it? Shouldn't they have just zoomed on past it? And just like the Neon Maniacs, they ran in the rain. I thought that their whole thing was water. And to think that this movie was directed by the same guy who did Hellraiser 1 and 2. And Pumpkinhead. Who didn't like Pumpkinhead? This movie was plagued by a bunch of junk. Producers and people who invested money into this movie decided to pull out their funds, and the Neon Maniacs themselves, the actors, everybody decided that, oh, well, hey, I'm not going to do this anymore. Even up to the point to where one cameraman took all of his equipment until he got paid, which I don't blame him. But you also got to think that when you see the credits of this movie, that there are multiple people playing each one of these maniacs, because each person would show up, they wouldn't get paid, or there was another delay and they quit and they hired somebody else. This movie, actually this trailer, is all you need to see from the Neon Maniacs themselves. Everything. The music, which is kind of weird to me, because the music sounds like softcore porn, kind of like the Red Shoe Diary style thing. Yeah. And then there's also the fact that the title screen looks like an NES game. This would have benefited from being a Nintendo game. See how easy that was? See how easy that I could have made money? Just didn't work out. But I will say this. It's a fun ride watching this train wreck. It's like watching a car accident in slow motion, or watching somebody trip with a whole bunch of food in their hands. You just want to see it. You know it's going to be bad, but you do want to see everything that's going to happen. This movie just ends. That's it. It ends abruptly. You get these kids, they're in a van, and they want to confront these Neon Maniacs, and then it just stops. I do know that in the script there was a little more scenes that were planned to be filmed, but with all these production issues, they had no time, no money, no people to actually film any of this junk. And it was supposed to give you a little bit more of a backstory of these Neon Maniacs. Plain and simple. But I'm going to go out on a limb here and say that this movie deserves a remake. Now, I know everybody's up in arms about remakes and how it's ruining your childhood and all this other junk. But I could see this being remade in the same way that 13 Ghosts was remade. Nobody has anything bad to say about 13 Ghosts. 13 Ghosts kicked ass. And the Neon Maniacs, they resemble the 13 Ghosts. It'd be a fun remake for them to actually, also it needs a real script. It needs a real cast. It needs real money. It needs real backers who aren't gonna take their money away at the last minute and cause all this havoc. This movie deserves a remake and better names. Better names. These Neon Maniacs deserve cooler names than what they had. Why I bought this movie on Blu-ray for $30, I don't know. I'm going to link the movie down in the description here. I'm also going to put something, like I said, a little earlier in the timeline, so you can skip the trailer and listen to me jabber on about God knows what. All the social media info is going to be linked at the bottom. If you want to follow us, subscribe, do all that fun junk. I'm also going to link the movie that's going to be for free on YouTube in the description as well. And just like this movie ended abruptly, so will this episode. I'll see you guys next time.
Está sin pila. Y empezó a funcionar cuando lo empecé a tocar. ¿Cierto?